sitting in a Leaf. My car is finally in the body shop to be repaired. My car, like my original car, the Hyundai Ioniq 6 that was hit a few months ago, it's getting repaired. And so insurance is covering everything. It was definitely not my fault. And I was put into another electric vehicle that I kind of wanted to try, a Nissan Leaf. I was thinking maybe this could be a viable option the next time I need to lease a vehicle in another 2.5 years, unless of course I have to invoke the lemon law with the the Hyundai Ioniq 6, which has now been in twice for the same problem. The ICCU, I guess, was faulty, and they replaced it outright this time. So fingers crossed I won't run into that hiccup again in that vehicle. In this vehicle, I'm not expecting any hiccups. The only bad thing I would say in sitting here and noticing what I got going on, there's an analog gauge. Let's press the power button. Okay, all right. I think this is okay. I'm not quite sure. I feel like this is as modern. The software seems kind of dated, if that makes sense. And look at this massive array of buttons, which, to tell you the truth, is probably not an issue. The buttons don't drive me nuts because I can press a button right away rather than fiddling with a touchscreen. I know where the buttons are, the physical buttons. So that's not a bad thing at all. Ooh, USB-C, full battery charge. What's my range? What does it say? Do you see the range somewhere here? I don't see the range at all. Oh, I like the rims. Not that I'm a rim guy. I've only been driving it for a couple minutes, but for the most part, I would say it's serviceable. Not quite sure it's something that I would want, though I feel like I'm looking for a compact car next time around. So maybe it is something that I want, something that I could get used to over the next however many days I'm going to be driving it until my car, my real car, not the other 14 that I've driven this year, comes back. It's a smooth ride. I like it, but as I was alluding to, my first impressions, the dashboard experience, in a word, clunky. I'm sure many people are happy with it, but let me frame it to you this way. In the cars that I've been driving, at least the electric vehicles in recent years, it's like I've been driving Mac OS, like the latest version of Mac OS, and suddenly have to start using Windows XP again. I mean, it works. It gets me from point A to point B, but maybe you can help me with another problem that popped up. Literally, I'm driving down the interstate, and suddenly, that's a flap, I think, and it popped up. I don't know why. I hadn't touched that area of the car, certainly, but what the hell is that flap thing? Oh, this is where you charge. Okay. Yep. Got it. Well, that was not shut all the way then, or it came out on its own. And I am more than confident I didn't press that button. I've printed a few dragons, but never one quite this long. On the mini printer. Oh, it's not gonna stop. Balin's skull was relatively easy to print. Nothing too complex. Just one color change, really. Anybody could do it if you wanted a non-Sithy Sith kind of figure. For the free AI webinar that I'm doing, I made a meme. See? If you've ever been to a webinar that hasn't been hosted by me, then you're missing out. Huh? Because I'm sexy. What do you got there?
Two people dancing.
Yeah, it's an optical illusion. I 3D printed these. Used to have so much fun with toys like this.
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man spitting out power pellets there.
Then
oh, I bet you that's a horse.
yeah.
Galloping slowly. Yeah, see, I think this would make a really good science fair project. Oh yeah, I like the star one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Rocket, you are still not a lapdog. Okay. Sit on my lap. Here. There. Okay. Don't move. Don't move. Don't breathe. Even though you're halfway down my leg right now. Okay, we're going to make this work. All right? There we go. See? She's like half off. Yep, I'm starting something new. Joke of the week. Boy, I hope you can keep up with that. What did the colonists wear to the Boston Tea Party? We're being all patriotic. Well, at least for now. Although it's never really a bad time to be proud of the good things your country does. Although the challenge is to define what good means, because good is relative. Not relative as in you and I are relatives, but like it's relative as in contingent upon a point of view. 14.
10. 10.
You gonna be ready for Sunday, Rocket? Dude, it is going to be hot. Close to 100. At the beginning of July.
I'm gonna wear a red top, blue shorts.
What did you just spit out of your mouth?
This.
Oh, okay. Don't stick that in your mouth because you might accidentally swallow it and then we gotta take a trip to the emergency room and I really don't want to do that.
It's stuck on there.
Let's not stick it anywhere near our
I
mouth.
have like white socks with
yeah.
white shoes.
I've got white socks and blue pants. I'm pretty much all the way dressed now.
Do you have a red shirt?
I could find one, although I may end up...
Copy me.
No, I'm not gonna copy you. I might wear shorts though, because my legs are white, and if I scrape my knee, then that's red and white. Then I would just need... Oh, I could bruise myself, so red, white, and blue. Don't break the ice.
That's hard. I want to break. What the heck?
Bees like lavender, but spiders hate lavender, which is why we have so much lavender. Let's be a little more precise when we hose them down. Let's not water the sidewalk, though. Only plants, only the green. I don't even know if that's going to go anywhere. How many lip balms do you have?
A lot to fit the whole lunchbox. I'm taking all of these lunch.
I'm trying to enjoy coffee on the deck this morning, but damn sun's getting in the way. It's too bright. Ugh. That's cloud slime?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like slime anymore.
Well, it's not cloud slime, it's butter slime.
Oh, butter slime. Make it look like a brain. There you go. Good job, it's a brain.
Ta-da!
Good catch. This was a nice surprise to find Star Wars figures on the shelf on sale. Kind of fun. Can't have enough of these because they're aliens, and I always loved the actual vintage figures of Nikto, Klaatu. Didn't have a yak face because I didn't know there was a yak face vintage figure. Like, original vintage figure, not the vintage collection. Am I just talking to myself now? The true test of this car is the Whopper Wednesday test to see where I could put the phone so that I could record the eating, which I know everyone looks forward to, as much as I look forward to seeing if I got the right order. I did! Yay! Except, this is kind of funny, they put pickles on the outside of my burger. That's a first. I guess it's worth trying. Let me just go ahead and sandwich them in there, because it is kind of a sandwich. I even got salad. Salad and a burger. I don't even think about it. If you do a burger right, it is kind of like a salad. With bread, some kind of protein, and vegetables. Last night is probably a good thing to talk about. It was a moment. I had a moment. Living in the moment. Being. Not doing. Just being. Accepting the moment for what it was. And yesterday, throughout the course of the day, when I added everything up, tallied the positives and negatives, I had a huge positive and a gigantic negative, but I had far more smaller positives. So that added up. Am I going to let this negative thing take away from everything that happened for the better, in my view, right? Or I believe everything happened for the better, positive, good outcomes, things that I appreciated and enjoyed. So that was a moment. Recognizing and appreciating that which I have and that which I experienced, and living in that moment knowing full well that the moment would be gone. Inevitably, there's a new day. We're in one now. It's Whopper Wednesday. Huge positive. $3. Still can't believe it. I wish more places did something like this. Or like they set aside something special for budget-conscious folks. Frugal people. I've always been that way. I blame my mom. But, it's also taught me how to budget, which is important to do as an adult. It's not just a Bigfoot model, it's my Bigfoot model. I asked Play Action Toys, the guy whose models I print on a regular basis, the Star Wars figurines, if he'd do a Bigfoot model for me to sell. Not just access to the model, so if you subscribe to me on Patreon or Thangs or Printables, wherever I happen to be uploading the models that I'm going to be working on through him, you'll be able to print your own Bigfoot. But the idea is I'm going to take this into a local shop of sorts that resells items made by locals. So Bigfoot figures. Yeah, and it's really Bigfoot. It's not Chewbacca. That's a Bigfoot. Look at the big feet. That's Sasquatch. Look at the face. And the ears, that is not Chewbacca. You can't see Chewbacca's ears. It's Chewbacca-esque, but I wanted a Bigfoot because that's Pacific Northwesty. And yeah, the arms articulate, the hands articulate, as do the legs. The head does not. I didn't need that to happen. But I'm hoping this is going to yield something, and if it pays a bill or two, then I'm going to be very, very happy, considering it takes almost no time to make. But for someone who might want a last-minute gift that's rather unique from the Seattle area, well, they might be able to grab this off the shelf for a relatively affordable price. And I may be making these in different filament colors, like wacky ones, not just brown. Maybe I'll do pink. I mean, who knows? Maybe someone out there wants a pink Sasquatch. Rocket, is that what you wanted? You wanted a pink Sasquatch? Really? Well, it kind of looks like you. I did my best. I needed to put way more white on you. I used a different type of paint around the perimeter of what should be Rocket. I tried. I think I'm going to have to sand it down because it's really spiky, and I don't think it should be spiky. But, not bad for not being an artist. Jedi and I just went to pick it up. I would have vlogged it, but Jedi slept the whole way up and the whole way back. This is the t-shirt I wore 7-8 years ago when I decided that it was time to change something about my life. The t-shirt, I don't think, has changed sizes. Actually, this may be a new version of the t-shirt, and I had a bigger version that I was kind of stuffed into, and that's when I realized I needed to make a change and flipped vegan. This right here may very well be the last Lego Star Wars figure model that I will be making, because unfortunately the maker, or the person who designs the models, is moving on. He's going to be doing other ones that will include Star Wars models. This had been released for months. I just didn't do it. But now I have no choice, because it's either have a Luke Skywalker or not. And yeah, I didn't have a choice. I had to do that. He looks pretty good. Yeah. What do you think? Would you want one of these? Let's go see some fireworks, shall we?
right. Absolutely right. That's right. That's the thing, dude. This is not. That's the thing.
That's the brightest one and biggest. Brightest and biggest. What did I show you?
Go before the crowd, babe.
Yes. Woo! Something I'm still mastering is thinking through problems not as problems, but as situations that are neutral, which may yield a challenge. So that way, instead of framing something from a place of lack, I can view it as a place of potential abundance. It's a frame of mind. And think about it. We give things meaning. Another thing that I just recognized as it was explained to me this way, dealing with anger, because we all have that inside of us. Anger's normal, so to speak. But the way that we deal with it could ultimately decide whether or not it comes back. So think of anger, as this was described to me, like a hot potato or a piece of coal. When you hold on to it, what happens? Burns. It hurts. So in order to deal with it, you have to sit with it, feel it. Recognize the feeling, not what it is or who it was that made you angry, that brought anger to you. That's going to take a lifetime to master. But that's what I have. I have a lifetime. Well, well, well. It seems that future Chris has finally arrived. We've got a problem. The Stranger Bust, a model just released by Wexter, doesn't really have room on this shelf. Maybe I could squeeze it in over here somewhere? Oh, I'm going to have to get very creative. What could I do? I really don't want to move these models out of the way because they're a perfect height in respect to what I have behind them, including some of the busts on risers. Can I rise to the occasion? Rise of Skywalker? The Acolyte. I'm going to see some serious shit.